We were just talking in the break. I don't know how y'all handled the change in the time. If you got to actually sleep in today, hopefully you did. I didn't, but hopefully you did. And now we're going to see a change in the day hours, when the sun goes down, when it comes up. And I'll talk more about that in a second. 79 outside right now. Here's Kingsville. You can see beautiful now when it's beautiful through the day, as it was inland and along the coast as well. Officially in Corpus Christi, 53 and 83 are numbers for today. In both cases, again, 61 are normal low and 81 are normal high. So nowhere near the records today as far as what we had. But notice that the sun came up at 6:41 this morning instead of 7:41, and it's going to go down at 5:45. So we have to get used to the fact that the sun's going to be going down earlier in the day now. So the outlook and the weather story for the next few days, we've got an outstanding week ahead of us. So very pleasant weather. We're going to have some chilly mornings. It is going to stay on the dry side, especially early on into the week, where we're going to see a lot of 40s across the area. And then it'll warm up nicely into the afternoons. Monday and Tuesday will be the cooler days, and then gradually it's going to start to warm up later on in the week. Now, as far as what we're seeing right now, mid to upper 70s just about everywhere. As far as the front itself, it's actually cleared us, but the cooler air is kind of laying back behind it. Now, if you look at what's going on with the dew points, remember we were talking about yesterday, if you watch, the fact that we saw those dew points in the 50s and 60s. Now we're starting to see some 40s and 50s, which puts us in the comfortable and dry. And I don't know if you've been outside, but again, it feels less humid out there, and that's because the winds have started to shift to the north, and they've kind of been back and forth for most of the day. 5, 10, in some cases, especially along the coast, running about 15 miles an hour. And there are small craft advisories in effect all the way offshore and along the coast. So if you have to go out for some reason, if you're a fishing guide, those kinds of things, if that's what you do for a living, there is that small craft advisory that is in effect. So be careful out there for the seas being a little bit higher. As far as what we can expect as we go through today into tonight, going from the 70s into some 40s and 50s by tomorrow morning. And then after that chilly start, we should see lots of sunshine, lots of blue sky. We'll see that tonight as well. And then highs tomorrow only into the mid 70s. So the front, as I mentioned, past us, the cooler air trailing in as the high pressure moves in. That keeps us dry. That's going to keep us cool as well. And it's going to be a dominant feature for most of the week. So not only here, but across a lot of the country, they're going to be seeing some very nice days behind that high pressure. Now, the winds themselves, you see 10, 12, 14 miles an hour, a little bit higher along the coast. And as we go into tonight and into tomorrow, we'll see the winds picking up. Now, 10, 15 mile an hour on the winds, but tomorrow morning, we could still see some gusts up to about 20, and then finally it starts to tail off as we get into the evening. So here's your forecast as I see it. Overnight lows tonight in the mid to upper 40s. We're going to see an awesome week, as I mentioned, 70s and eventually 80s. Early on in the week especially, the humidity's down. We'll see those cool mornings, and then it starts to become more normal with the humidity rising and the temperatures rising as we head towards the weekend.